Yeah, I think it's all working now. Okay, consideration of action pursuant to Government Code Section 54950.2, the Brown Act. Andrew Jared, not seeing. Vince Ewing.
Thank you. This item pertains to a complaint by a local resident, Jessica Allen, concerning a cease and desist letter filed by Ms. Allen against the city relating to a Brown Act violation alleged. It is the city attorney's recommendation that the letter that's been attached be sent to Ms. Allen pursuant to the Brown Act to address the issues raised in her allegation letter.
Okay, any questions from council?
Just one. I did not attend that meeting, nor was I on the council at that time. Would it be proper to abstain?
That's your choice, or the direction taken tonight is how to respond to the allegations, not the propriety of those issues.
Gotcha. Thank you.
So now we're talking about how to resolve the issue as
Correct.
opposed to the issue itself. Do we have speaker cards? Yep, we do. Jane Wander, followed by Michael Jones.
Good evening. This is not a candidate forum. Congratulations to those of you who were elected last time. I'm here this evening speaking as the president of the local League of Women Voters of Butte County. The League of Women Voters has always and will always be concerned if there is a possible appearance of a violation of the Brown Act or if a citizen feels compelled to take legal action in this regard. We cannot say whether or not the Chico City Council has violated all of the claimed violations of the Brown Act. That must be decided by the council or in courts. Assemblyman Ralph M. Brown was the author of the Open Meetings Law back in 1953, the preamble of which says, "The people, in delegating authority, do not give their public servants the right to decide what is good for the people to know and what is not good for them to know." Open government is a basic principle for the League. We believe that the democratic government depends upon informed and active participation in government. For people to be both informed and to participate in a meaningful way, the government must protect the citizens' right to know. This includes giving adequate notice of proposed actions, holding open meetings, and making public records accessible. Last June, the citizens of California reaffirmed their support of the Brown Act with the passage of Proposition 42, making the Brown Act part of the California Constitution. It's now in Article 1 in the Declaration of Rights in Section 3. The League of Women Voters has pursued and advocated for the community by acting as a watchdog of local agencies to ensure they are in compliance. League members volunteer for our Observer Corps and are assigned the meetings of the various legislative agencies. Acting as silent observers, they report back to the League and the public as to their findings. Our observers help keep the government accountable, which is quite beneficial to the community. As observers, the League members are aware of what kind of things to look for in non-compliance of the Brown Act. Sometimes League presence alone is enough to keep agencies in compliance. The League of Women Voters of Butte County would request that you give careful consideration to your response letter to Ms. Allen, which says, in order to avoid unnecessary litigation and without admitting any violation of the Ralph M. Brown Act, the Chico City Council hereby unconditionally commits that it will cease, desist from, and not repeat the challenged past action. And that the public be advised of when and in what manner all the council members will be trained or retrained regarding the 95-page Brown Act. This will ensure that the public that the Brown Act is taken seriously and that each of you will be able to keep the meetings in line with the Brown Act restrictions. Finally, the public and all of you are invited to join us on March 18th at the Chico Women's Club for a lunch and learn entitled Shining the Light on Government, or Brown Bag It to the Brown Act. This informative presentation will inform the public of their rights. Thank you.
Michael Jones.
I wanted to thank Jessica Allen. I think she did a public service. It seemed to me that the closed session announcements were inadequate over the last several months, but as Jane said, you don't really know. You don't want to make an allegation because you don't have the information to know whether the Brown Act was violated. But the proposed agreement sounds great, and I wanted to thank the League of Women Voters for being on this issue too. Thank you.
Thank you. So it looks like we are looking for direction to staff on approving the response letter or not responding to it, or not committing to the response letter.
City Clerk, I have a question for you that you may know, or maybe the City Attorney. The President of the League of Women Voters alluded to training for the council members on the Brown Act, and it seemed to me that we take a class every 2 years, is it, on ethics? Can you help refresh that and speak to that?
You are required by AB 1234 to every 2 years designate employees as well as the council and commissioners to attend or to take online an ethics class. I'm not sure that that is that's pertaining to the Brown Act. That's more in regarding conflicts. So I know that the new council members were just at the league meeting and they received their ethics training as well as a full session on the Brown Act, and that was provided to the incoming council members that were elected in 2012. So every 2 years when we get new council members, they will always attend that training.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, looking for council action?
Well, I'll move to approve the unconditional commitment response letter.
And I'll go ahead and second. Would you call the roll?
Councilmember Coolidge?
Aye.
Councilmember Filmer? Aye. Councilmember Ritter? No. Councilmember Schwab? Aye. Councilmember Stone?
Nay.
Vice Mayor Morgan?
Yes.
Mayor Sorensen?
Yes.
Carries 5-2.
Okay, next item is consideration of a minute order